are back with a brand new video, and this time we got a very classic suit, and you can't get any more classic than the amazing fantasy suit. This is a brand new suit that I had custom made for me by Owen Bunting. Here's his Instagram, go check him out, but you're gonna hear that a lot throughout this video. We're gonna go into full detail on how this suit was made, including an interview with Owen Bunting himself, which of course is gonna be timestamped for everybody, so that way you can skip to it, or you can skip over it if you like, if you're not the nicest person, but you know, it's no big deal. There's gonna be a lot going on in this video. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I made the face shell for this suit. Of course, I didn't make the fabric mask, he did, but I made the lenses, the mesh. Well, I didn't make the mesh, but yeah, I 3D printed the face shell, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how I did that. Plus, I'm gonna be showing you guys me going out, taking photos, and messing around with the suit. Again, full details about the fabric and how it was made, all in the interview with Owen, and I hope you guys enjoy it, because this is a long video, as you can tell. Now it's time to show you guys what was my reaction to unboxing the suit, which was a whole lot of fun, and very creatively packaged by Owen himself. Let's just go to that part. All these months I've been waiting, Owen. You know who you are, because you'll be in the video. I'm so excited that this suit, it's really like a Spider-Man suit. Oh, yo, okay. You outdid yourself, Owen. Look at this. Got the red paper, the little Spider-Man sticker. Man, he did this for y'all. He didn't even do this for me. He did this for y'all. Yo, Owen, you did your thing. Red and blue. There it is. Beautiful presentation for one boot. Holy, we got the scuba shoe in here with the red soles. This is comic accurate. Y'all see that? Now that is what I paid for, and that's what I'm getting. Oh my god. Okay, let's see what else we're in here. Look at all this. I love the time you took, man. This is probably the best packaging anyone's ever gotten for their custom spider suit. Got the nice scuba shoe in there. Well, obviously, we'll get further into details about this suit, but look at you, man, putting it in a Ziploc bag for me. Look at this. The Spider-Man stickers. Finally, let's get this thing open. Grand reveal. This is it. Oh my god. We've been in communication this whole time, bro. Having it in hand is actually so different. Got the gloves right here and this sexy ass mask. You see? Oh my god. And we got the web wings right here. Look at that. Look at the blue logo. If this ain't accurate, I don't know what is, man. Look at this. Now we got the pants. They're just pants, you know. Nothing really crazy. Look closer look at the mask. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, that's such a clean pattern, yo. Let's put on the gloves. Hold on. Dude, I can't even like grip it. Like it's not gripping me. Now we got it on. We about to put this thing on. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Now, taking a closer look at the pants, which could be, you know, the most boring part of the suit, but, you know, nonetheless very essential. Owen and I decided to add lines to the blue parts of the suit to give it a more modern look. And you know what, maybe some people might say, oh, you MCUified the pants or whatever, the Spider-Man design, but no. Again, we just wanted to go with a classic, again, more modern, homemade look of the suit. So the blue part has this very specific texture. And of course we wanted to go with the dark blue, so that way in certain lighting it's black, blue, you know, you can see the shading like how it was in the comics. Also, something Owen added was this padding to the front, which is definitely going to help with keeping everything, you know, where it should be. Let's just say that. The boots are so comfortable. The scuba shoes Owen added to this fit perfectly, so snug, and the soles are perfectly glued on and have pretty good traction. The lining up of the webs are so good. He did a really good job of sewing these all together. And at the end of the shoes, you have this elastic band around, so that way you could it helps stay onto your legs longer. And of course, you might have some slippage, but again, you just pull it back up. It's gonna happen. The gloves are tight, which he did warn me of, but he did say as long as I wear it more, you know, keep it on a bit longer, it'll stretch and it'll be a lot easier to put on, take off. And of course, the web pattern on these gloves are very clean, very nice. The puff painting job he has done is incredible. I see no flaws, and it's gonna last me quite a long while. And finally, after finishing my face shell so long ago, I can finally see it with the fabric mask, and it just looks so good, man. I'm so glad all of this came out the way I wanted it to. The face shell fits it perfectly. The eyes just seamlessly just fit into that pattern. We also didn't find it necessary to add a zipper to the back because the fabric will stretch enough. Last but definitely not least, the shirt. And oh my goodness, did this man cook. Leather logos, amazing puff painting, line work on the blue sections, absolutely came out beautiful. The belt around the waist is a great addition because it helps keep the shirt stuck on your stomach, so that way it's less likely to, you know, slide up. Of course it will, but as long as you just pull it down, it'll definitely stay and hold The beautiful top stitching on the blue back logo is phenomenal. This man was raving about it to his own family about how good it was, and now I'm telling you guys how good it is. It's awesome. We have zippers on the neck, so that way it's easier to get on, as well as on the sides of the suit, so it's easier to pull off and on for myself. And we do have these amazing web wings, which are very subtle, but super clean and nice, and it definitely has that more modern look to it. That is all 7 pieces to this costume. This suit is exactly everything I wanted it to be, and Owen did an amazing job at capturing what I wanted. His craftsmanship is so amazing, especially at his age. He's super talented. You guys need to go check him out. I'm gonna say it so many times during this video, but finally, let's get this damn suit on. It does look a little funny because of how high it goes. Nice padding in the front, protection for me, everybody around me, if you know what I mean. Now what I'm gonna kind of do is I'm gonna kind of fold these down where I can see the black part of the scuba shoes. There we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of fold this. Looks a little stuffy. I don't know if you guys can see that well. I made it a little better. Looks good. Now time for the other one. Y'all see the shoes? Y'all see the money. These look amazing. This part is not that bad. Make sure I move these zippers up, these side zippers, as well as this neck zipper, because you know I don't want to mess any of that up. Really bad news. Pull in the arm. Now this should be easy. Pull the back down. Now my hair's all messed up, but oh well. Hold on, you see this? Hold on, let me lower this a little bit. It's a little too high. See that? Holy. Okay, well let me actually zip these down first. Nah, I'm gonna need help for this. I'm gonna go get my brother. Now we got the shirt on. Got these zippers all the way down. Had a little problem with this one. Hopefully it doesn't become an issue, but really bad news. Yeah, this one's easier, but this one is hard. Look at the web wings. Look at that. Nice and small little web wings. Don't need to be nothing crazy. Just something that's noticeable. I don't even need the lines either. We were debating it, but I decided not to go with it. But it looks so good. Look at that blue logo, bro. You'll get a better look when I put on the mask. I haven't put on the neck zipper yet because I want to put the mask on first. Put it under, then zip it over. Let me put on the gloves. Now the gloves are a bit hard to put on, I'm not gonna lie. Got one on, but damn, that did take me a while. Hopefully again, these do end up stretching out. Sick. 2 hands. Now this is fire. Now, finally, time for the mask. I did get some help from my dad. Whew. Here we are. We did it. Bro. Yeah. This right here. I do think that maybe specifically down here, we decided not to add it, but some people decide to add like a little button right here to their pants, so that way you can kind of like click it down and it holds. It's completely fine to me, and I look nice and slim. All that padding makes me look good. A little bit more of the belt area. We got the boots, looking good. Let me stand far. Right after this, I took some pictures, which I posted on my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram. But as soon as I finished taking pictures and I was about to take the suit off, this happened. This thing popped. When I was wearing it, I pulled this down because it kept kind of like slipping upwards on the pants, and it was zipped down and it just popped. So this right here was like closed, and then there was just a hole right here. Yeah, unfortunate. Really does suck. But good news, guys. My mom knew someone, so I got it fixed. Oh my god, Owen.
Wow.
Forgot to record.
No fucking way. Fuck.
Anyways, Owen, who are you?
My name is Owen Bunting. I am a small creator, small costume designer from England, if you couldn't tell by the accent.
I think we can tell. Let me ask you something. How many costume commissions have you done so far?
You are my first commission. I've had people message me in the past and say, you know, can I commission you to this, but I'm gonna have to pay you in a few months, and it'll have to be done later on in the year, and blah blah blah.
So you're saying people didn't commit to anything?
No, not people will commit, but just not yet, you know. But you're the first person that's directly come to me and gone, I want you to make this for me, and I've gone, hell yeah, let's do it, man.
I mean, I had a slight little oh my goodness moment because you were like, oh, I've seen your videos. I'm like, yo, no way. Okay, so
Dude,
I feel like
when you messaged me, for the first time,
Yeah.
because you started following me, and I'd seen your videos before, and I was like, no way. And then I saw your account, I was like, oh my gosh, it's D7, bro. And then we started messaging, and you were like, oh yeah, I wanted to ask for a commission, and I was like, no fucking way, dude.
Like I think because like you had seen me before, and like I was already serious about finding someone to make a suit. I think that just made both of us know like, oh yeah, we're for real about this. Like,
yeah, like we're locked in, bro. Like we're doing this.
You seen me spend the suit up money. I got it. You're like, this guy's got the money.
Yeah,
but I was like, nah, it's time I get a practical suit. It's time I get one of them real ones, homemade.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a suit that's, good, like suit up quality where it's, it's screen printed fabric, it's all these fancy seams, blah, blah, blah. But, bro, they're not, in my opinion, they're not that practical. If you really want a suit which you can take out into the world and you can, use for, I don't know, photos, free running, whatever you want to use it for.
Exactly. Like having something like a 7-piece suit really just allows you to like take it apart and almost really truly like feel like Spider-Man. Like, the way it was meant to be, the shirt, pants, boots, and gloves.
100%. And you can wear it under your clothes if you wanted to.
Exactly. Like with print costume suits, you can't take the gloves off unless you get them separate. But like, you don't have that practicality if you wanted to go somewhere. How many suits have you made, either for yourself or maybe for someone else that had not been a commission?
Okay, so my first suit I made was a classic suit, and it was based off of the Insomniac Spider-Man games. That was my first suit, but I didn't actually make that suit until I'd been sewing and trying to make any kind of suit I possibly could for like 6 months. I was basically just ordering this fabric, that fabric, trying to put it together, wouldn't work, try again, wouldn't work, try again. And I did what Peter Parker always does, did not give up. It got very, very close to giving up. There was one point when I'd failed my most recent suit, which will be on screen now, pictures of what I was working on at the time. Forgive me, it won't be the quality that it is now, but I was working on that and I messed it up, and I just remember going to bed that night and it was like 1 a.m. and I was really tired, and I just thought, is it even worth trying to make suits anymore, because I've spent so much money and I'm just draining myself doing it, and I thought, oh man, I can't be bothered with this anymore. Then I remember just to relax and switch off and help myself mentally, I turned on the Spider-Man 2, the Insomniac one, and I was swinging about. For some reason, I decided to put the Advanced 2.0 suit. Something in me basically went, yo, I gotta make that. And everything about how, I can't do this, I can't do that, it kind of just went out the window, and I thought, right, let me get what fabrics, what am I gonna get? And I properly prepped it out, and all of this will be on screen, by the way. I prepped all of this stuff out. I planned this, ordered this fabric, ordered that, got the paneling right, made all the templates myself, and I ended up making it, and I'm still proud of that suit to this day. It's not the best quality ever, because, dude, that suit has been through it.
You gotta wear it, you made it, you gotta wear it.
Bro. Yeah, that suit has been torn to shreds. I've used that so much, but it's been loved. Yeah, that was at the moment when I kind of realized I want to do this as a living. I want to make suits and costumes, because this is awesome, and I've got this ability to do this, and it's just, and I think the reason why people enjoy my Advanced 2.0 a lot is because my homemade style, if that makes sense. You can tell the suit has been put together by a teenager. You can tell it's been put together, but not homemade to the point where it's like Tobey Maguire's wrestling suit, or Tom Holland's suit, or Andrew Garfield's homemade. It's very much like believable that you could put something like that together. I actually got messages afterwards from different creators, like the Unlimited Lotus. He was one of the guys. He's the GOAT, man. He's so sick. He messaged me and he was like, dude, I've seen what you do. I'm making my Advanced 2.0. You've inspired me to do this, and that was kind of like yo, I'm inspiring people, like this is sick. You know what I mean? And I was getting all like jumping about. I was like, oh my god.
I feel like, oh my god, like I'm finally like contributing to this community. that it's
Yeah,
so
like, I'm
accepting
doing
and I'm gonna be a
bits.
part of, you know. Even me who's barely sewn anything, I've only sewn like 2 masks. Sitting there and like, you know, actually going about the process, it just like it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Exactly. Now let me ask you, what was your favorite part about this suit process?
One of my most favorite things to do is making the templates. Not sizing the templates. That, I'll admit, was a pain in the ass. Drawing the webs on there and having it so, you know, you can cut out the emblems and put them on the templates and, you know, draw these webs, and that's when the templates and the suit really starts to come to life, and you start to think, oh my gosh, like, this is happening. I'm doing this, you know, this is happening. And I think my other favorite thing is it's gotta be the sewing. Loads of people will say, oh, the sewing's boring, you just sit there and this machine go all day, and I will admit sometimes it does get a bit tiring. You gotta take breaks and you're like, oh, I can't be dealing with this machine at the moment. But yeah, the sewing, definitely my favorite part. You know, especially sewing the mask. Oh my god, I'm sewing the back emblem on that suit as well. Oh my god, I'm so proud of that back emblem.
It looks
like
so
as soon as I
good.
as soon as I got that done, I immediately ran downstairs to my mum, who was watching like Netflix or something.
Mum,
and I was like, Mum,
Mama.
yeah, I was like, Mum, look at this, look what I've done. She was like, oh yeah, that's really good, mate. I was like, yeah. What did you think of the packaging? Because we put a lot of effort into that.
Like when I was unboxing it and my brother was filming me, he was like, "Oh damn, that's sick!" Like, I was like,
yeah, with the red and blue surprise.
I was even like happy you gave me like that little Ziploc bag, so that way I can keep the pants in there and the gloves. So I thought that was really dope. Yeah, I seriously really appreciate that care of packaging, because I feel like most people probably don't even get that.
Yeah, no, that's alright, man. Obviously, I want my customers to get the best service they possibly can.
Hey,
so,
and you guys are seeing at first, like you guys are seeing what you're gonna get if you work with this man. All right, now I have to ask you, just in case. What was your least favorite part about this process? Wait, you know what? Don't answer that real quick. Don't answer that real quick. I'm gonna. My dog is barking like crazy. Give me a second.
God, Mum, I'm gonna be on YouTube. I wonder if D7 will keep this part in. Do you know what? Probably puff painting a lot of stuff, which I don't not enjoy puff painting, but
I think it's just the time.
Yeah,
it's
it just takes forever.
It's annoying because you want to keep going, but you're like, I have to let it dry. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, you just want to get it and just sew it straight away, and you can't. And then, probably just sewing. Oh my god, sewing those zippers in the side of the suit. Oh my.
And it was stressing you
Guys,
out.
You don't understand the amount of stress and, you know, fighting we had to do to get these zippers to go in the suit, man. Because the original plan was, shout out to Spider JPEG on Instagram.
Yeah, all these people were name dropping. They'll be linked in the description. They're awesome.
Yeah. He gave me the idea for a 7-piece to basically 2 layers of elastic on each side. So you're having 4 layers of elastic you're trying to sew through when you sew down the side. And then I put the suit on. Then couldn't take it off. I went downstairs. I was like, Dad, get it off me! And it was literally like in Spider-Man 3, removing the symbiote. I was like, bro, it was so bad. And I got it off, and I had to like sit down and think, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I tore all the stitches out, and I put invisible zippers in. Then the invisible zippers wouldn't zip down or up, so I had to snip the elastic, and then it was. And I really didn't want to have the zippers be exposed on the side, because I just thought, it just doesn't look like what I wanted it to. But I had to do it, but I've kind of, the more I look at the suit, the more I kind of enjoy the exposed zippers on the side, because it gives that vibe off that it's like, this is the Ditko suit that like Peter Parker made. I was asking you all the time.
Guys, he's coping.
Sure
he's coping.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was asking you all the time.
Like taking a close look at the suit. Like when I was looking at the the belt you put around the waist.
Yeah.
And like I was noticing where the zippers were. I was like, damn, like you really had to like cut that, make sure it's like really like it's seamless. You don't really lose the elasticity, and you have to zip it down and not make it too difficult. And I was like, yeah, man, I could tell the craftsmanship was on point. And even though you're telling me like all this hardship, it just goes to show like it makes me appreciate it even more.
Yeah, I put a lot of care into that suit, because I wanted it to be perfect, because I've always wanted to make a Ditko suit. And I was like, when you finally commissioned me to, I was like, yeah! yes,
Yes.
get in. So I was like, yes.
Hey, and it's good practice.
Because I'd always wanted
Good
to.
practice.
It's very good practice, and I'm using it to. I have an interview for my art course at college on Thursday, so I'm using some of the pictures that you're going to send me to
I
show
got you,
them,
man.
like, you know, this is what I can do. You know, here's a customer, he's happy. You know,
You know, it's cool. It's
and if you want to watch the video, watch it.
Oh,
So,
you mean this? You mean this video?
This video, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shoot, this video. Okay, hi. Any future suit plans?
Suits.
Yep.
Now, obviously, my Ramita Senior PS4 classic suit, like a much more upgraded version. Craven's Last Hunt, that black suit,
Size?
using like blue velvet. Using like blue velvet fabric to like have that nice shine. You know, like, $20.99.
I was about to say. Yeah, you mentioned that a while ago.
I was gonna have. It's not definite yet, but I was gonna try and implement LEDs. Also, last one, anti-ox suit.
Wow, interesting choice. Gotta say.
That suit gets a lot of, you know, people will be like, oh, that suit's ugly. Oh, it's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. I think it's the dopest thing I've ever seen. The fact that he has the intelligence to make a suit out of, because he created Doc Ock, didn't he?
Yes.
And he basically goes back to this lab and thinks, I've made this monster, you know, this mechanical monster. I'm going to make a suit out of it, technically. Battle him, you know. That's so awesome to me that he's done that.
Any advice you'd give to anybody who's looking to make some suits?
Trust the process. That's the most important thing, is just trust the process. You know, it's nothing is ever going to be absolutely perfect the first time. So, you know, if your first suit's, you know, good but not as good as you want it to be, you know, the next suit's not as good but it's better. You'll keep getting better. And how you can do that is what I do. Every suit that I make, I like to step out of my comfort zone and do something that I've never done before. Therefore, on the next suit, when I get round to doing that, it will be like, oh, I've done that before, I can do it. And then that way I can implement more and more complex, yet cooler and cooler things into my suits, so that they're, you know, more high-tech, they're more equipped, they're more, you know, versatile, they're more unique, they're putting it out there so that everyone can be like, yo, this guy's insane. And I can feel like Spider-Man, because my dream since I was little was everyone's wanted to be Spider-Man, bro. But I mean, you know, you gotta work for it.
Hopefully that was a good interview. What would you rate that? A 10 out of 10?
I'd rate it a 100 out of 10.
Let's go.
Awesome.
If I haven't said it enough in this video, you gotta go follow this man immediately. We're trying to get this man to 10K by the end of 2025.
That'd be so sick.
Is that possible? I think anything is possible.
Anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
Thank you for coming on. I hope everyone can see how awesome this suit is. All right, that concludes this part of the video. On to the next. You want to say bye? You want to say bye, Owen?
See you later, everyone. See you later, guys.
Okay, so little bro, you're gonna point the camera down here when I say, all right, guys, I finally got it fixed. Right?
I'm recording.
Yeah, I know. So after the last little bit you saw, I had accidentally broken this. Well, you could say it was my love handles that kind of popped the zipper, but you know, I'm trying to lose weight. Yeah, so my mom found an Asian lady who knew how to sew this. So I was in good hands. Shout out to that lady. I don't know her name. So we're finally out here exploring the city in the costume, taking some photos, which if you want to see those photos, you got to go to my Instagram, the one right there. Here's some extra B-roll shots. You know, after you overcome your fear of like going out in public because you realize everyone's gonna die one day and you'll be okay, you can start doing stuff like this. Also, it's really windy, so that's why I can't really get much footage out here. Hopefully the mic is picking it up pretty well, but watch this amazing parkour.
This guy's pretty tough.
On to the next segment. Here just are a couple few clips of me when I was out taking pictures with kids. It's such a fun time. It's like your damn Santa Claus when you wear that suit, which is a great feeling because I get to play somebody who I look up to, and these people just love to see it. So, highly recommend if you have a Spider-Man costume. What's your name? Valerie. Nice to meet you guys. You guys want a picture?
Sure, yeah.
It's always just so funny seeing kids be so overwhelmed and they just keep staring at you and they don't know what to do.
He's like in shock.
Really?
He's probably just
Oh, am I your favorite?
Spider-Man.
Ready?
All right, ready? 1, 2,
That's pretty cool.
3.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was a blast to make. Of course, it was a long one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that interview with Owen. Please subscribe to my channel, follow the Instagram, follow Owen, and follow Wens. He did make this amazing Photoshop picture of me as the Amazing Fantasy cover. Huge thanks to Owen, man. He had amazing communication. He made an amazing suit, as you guys all saw. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. See you guys next time. I swear it won't be in 3 months. I swear, please believe me.